Anonymous Watch Guy here, and today we are taking a look at some of the new releases from Watches and Wonders today. But of course, quick wrist check, wearing the Mont Blanc IC Automatic Date, one of my very favorite watches. Really awesome watch. But of course, today was the big day. All the new watch releases are out. Some pretty exciting, some maybe a little underwhelming. But let's look at who I think personally are the big winners for me from the event today. Of course, it's another low-tech iPad video where I just show you the screen on my iPad. It's what I do. But let's get into it. First up for me, of course, you're going to see my reflection on this dark screen. Honorable mention, Cartier. You've got the Santos de Cartier Dual Time. Really cool looking watch. You've got the Santos Dumont, the one with the red dial that you read backwards. It's really cool. I don't know much about this Cartier Privé. This is a cool looking chronograph. Don't know a lot of information on some of these Cartier releases, but I think there's definitely some interesting things that Cartier did. So they are my honorable mention. Number 5, Zenith. Zenith basically just made a chrono version of the Defy. So some people may say, well, that's not all that interesting or different. But it's got the newer El Primero movement in it. The one with the 1/10 of a second indicator. It is a 5 hertz movement. 3,600 vibrations per hour, 60-hour power reserve. Really awesome movement. There is the movement right there. Pretty spectacular new movement, newer El Primero movement from Zenith. Beautiful watch. I really like the whole Defy line, but a gorgeous watch. It comes in white and black, I believe, as well. Integrated bracelet sports watch, going to be divisive amongst some, but very beautifully finished, gorgeous watch. Better be for $13,400 USD. But that movement with these looks, I think Zenith is a winner with that one. The next one may surprise some, but I really like these releases from Bremont. Not a big Bremont fan per se, not necessarily something on my radar typically, but they came out with a couple variations of this new field style watch, one with a rotating compass bezel and a power reserve indicator. Small seconds over here on the side. Not sure if this is an in-house movement or if it is a modified ETA or Salida. I would assume it's in-house, but I'm not up on all of my Bremont movements. It's got an Anachron balance spring, Nivaflex mainspring, 4 hertz movement, 41 hours. Power reserve. Really liking this kind of newish Bremont logo with like that compass rose. But a really nice looking field watch. Yes, it's a little bit pricey. All their watches are pricey. Around $3,450, that's in pounds. So a little bit more than that in USD. But several different dial variations on strap, on bracelet. They also have a chronograph version, obviously for a little bit more. And then they also have a version without the compass bezel for a little bit less. And the white dial version, I think, looks fantastic. But this version without the rotating bezel, I think, is also a winner. Just a really nice looking field style watch. Definitely some military vibes like all Bremont watches. The lume on this, killer. Look at the lume on that watch. Full block Super Luminova numerals. Just fantastic lume. They also came out with a new dive watch called the Supermarine. A little bit less specs on this one. It just says an automatic movement with 50 hours of power reserve, but it is a 904L steel. Nice looking dive watch there as well with 300 meters water resistance. Again, a little pricey, a little over $3K. But a brand that I don't usually pay a whole lot of attention to, I really like these releases. Let me know what you think about these Bremont releases, but I think they are a winner this year. Next up, we've got Tag Heuer. I think they were one of the winners last year with the new Carreras. This year they've got a gold Skipper. The Skipper is an awesome watch, really cool watch. Don't know that we need a gold version for 21K. The two split seconds chronograph Monacos are just really awesome watches. They're 138K, way out of my price range. But what the Monaco is a classic watch. Everybody loves the Monaco. And this is just super cool. If you didn't know, you can go on Tag Heuer's website and start the chronograph on these watches, which I think is pretty cool to play around with. If you didn't know you could do that, go check out Tag's website. But the big one here is just another version of the Glassbots Carrera from last year. This a silver Panda dial on bracelet. So I wonder if this new bracelet's going to be available for the other versions with the glass box. I've been looking at just the standard Panda, reverse Panda one from last year. Personally, I may end up buying that watch soon. But just a really awesome looking silver Panda Carrera Chrono from Tag Heuer. I think this is a really awesome watch, definitely on my short list of watches that I want to pick up myself. I think Tag is doing a great job with this Carrera line and just tapping into some vintage vibes. And it's just a gorgeous watch. So I think they are a winner again this year. Anything they do with this particular iteration of the Carrera, I think, is a win. Next up, Nomos. Nomos came out with limited editions of the Tangent 38 date, and they didn't just come out with one limited edition. It's to celebrate 175 years of watchmaking in Glashütte, Germany, where Nomos is based. But they came out with 31 different colorways. And you could buy all of these on Hodinkee right now. Takes up to 6 weeks for delivery. But check out all these different color variations you can get with this watch. It is a manual wind, 38 millimeter, kind of dressy Bauhaus style watch. But there's even more than that. That's just some of them. But if I had to pick my personal favorite, it's this one right here. I love the combination of the orange and the yellow and blue. It just works for me. You've got a color matched date wheel down there. Just a very classy looking watch. It is a little bit on the smaller side. It does have a manual wind movement. But I think, and again, 175 years of watchmaking in Glashütte, Germany. But just a really cool watch. And to have so many different options on colors, I think Nomos is a big winner at Watches and Wonders this year. And I think that's also a pretty darn affordable price tag on something that's basically a kind of a custom build, really. So really cool watch. Definitely a fan of this one. Strongly consider maybe picking one of these up myself. Not really my style, but a really cool watch. And for my personal opinion, the winner for the third year in a row, maybe I'm just a fanboy, it's Tudor. I just think they kill it with their releases at Watches and Wonders every year. I even like this ladies' watch they came out with, the Claire de Rose. I think it's a really nice looking watch. This Black Bay 58 in 18 karat gold. Nobody needs an 18 karat gold Black Bay 58, but it is a beautiful watch. But I think the two big hitters, the Black Bay 58 GMT and the Black Bay in the monochrome version. Let's take a look at the GMT first. You've got a Black Bay 58 with a Coke bezel that looks almost aluminum. It's not kind of a muted glossy, but it gives an old school vibe. You've got the gilt against the black dial. Again, gives a retro vintage style vibe to the watch. 39 millimeter watch. Sub 13 thick. I think it's 12.8 millimeters thick. Done a great job of slimming down the thickness on these watches. That's always been a complaint on the Tudor GMTs. And you've got the T-Fit clasp. You've got a Jubilee style bracelet option as well as your Oyster style on this one. And for sub 5K, $4,600 for that particular iteration. I don't see the Jubilee one on here right now. I know I saw it on here earlier. I think it might be a little more than $4,600. $4,400 on the rubber strap. But you've got just an awesome watch, a Metis certified master chronometer for much cheaper than an Omega. So, the Rolex fanboys are hoping for the Coke GMT Master 2. They give it to you, but in a Tudor. So if you want that watch, you've got to buy a Tudor, but a really awesome looking watch. I think it's definitely a winner. Beautiful watch. What is the thickness on that? I think I saw 12.8. But you've got your Meta certified chronometer. 12.8 thick. 39 millimeter. They don't give you the full lug to lug. 65 hours power reserve. Just an awesome 200 meters water resistance. Phenomenal specs. Phenomenal specs on this watch for less than $5,000 US. It is a big winner in my book, and I'm sure Tudor will sell a boatload ton of those. And maybe it's a little bit boring. I'm sure some people will say that it is, if it'll let me get back to the page that I want to get to. But this monochrome Black Bay 58 is an awesome watch as well. I mean, this is basically your Tudor Submariner-esque, if you want that look. But monochrome looking watch. You've got a Jubilee bracelet on this one, your T-Fit clasp, and again, you've got a Metis certified master chronometer. And again, $4,550 on this one. 70 hours power reserve. 15,000 Gauss, 200 meters water resistance. This one is 13.6 thick, so it is a little bit thicker than the Black Bay 58 GMT. I think they did a great job getting the thickness down on that. I think that is a huge win on that one. But this is a beautiful watch. Just a gorgeous watch. I think Tudor is really doing great things. I need to maybe cash in the Tudor I've got and upgrade to one of these Tudors because I definitely think it is a win. So there you have it, the winners from this year's Watches and Wonders. Let me know in the comments if you agree with my list. Let me know if you think a different brand should be included. Let me know who your winners are. Let me know what your favorite release was from Watches and Wonders this year. Are you looking to pick up any of these new releases yourself? As always, plenty of comments and discussion in the comments. Greatly appreciated. And as always, thanks for watching. See you on the next video.